Okay, this is part 3 of how to create a blanket, and something you need to get comfortable doing when making a blanket is counting your stitches. And I'll show you how to do that here. There's a couple of ways to do it, and I'll show you how I do it, okay? So chain 1, turn your work. That chain in this pattern does not count as a stitch. This right here is your first stitch. This is your second stitch. So it'll be 2. This is 3. Okay, this is 4. And guys, just remember, you want to just count as you go along. 5. And counting also, guys, just remember, it does seem very daunting. You have to do it so much, but you don't have to do it the entire project. I just take a couple of rows together as I'm working my blanket, and just to ensure that I have the same number of stitches from the one row to the next row. And then I just move on and keep going. When you find that you have dropped a stitch or added a stitch, it usually happens right here at the end here. And sometimes you don't see that stitch and you just move right on to the next row, and that will cause your blanket to shrink in on itself. If you turn your blanket to the side, you will see V stitches, and that's another way to count. Remember that very first stitch of the row, it had a chain stitch, and then we did a stitch in the very first space. That is still one stitch. So remember, you can turn your work to the side and count the V's, or you can face it towards you and count the stitches. All right, that's it, guys. This is how you learn how to create a blanket with straight edges. Count your stitches.